Someone of yours mic is on. Please switch it off. Uh, Someone of yours mic is still on. Please switch it off. Great. Sudhar Jimit, can you switch your mic off? Wonderful. Okay, my dear students, we have been studying about the various Maitri. Maitri, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Yes,
read
sir.
what is written on your screen?
Yeah. From where, sir? At 43 or 44.
43.
Since volume of the gas
Okay,
is
so all of
directly
you are
proportional.
able to see the screen well, right?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
correct? Okay, dear students, yesterday we have studied about the standard temperature and pressure. So standard temperature and pressure is 273.15 Kelvin and 1 bar. That is exactly 10 to the power 5 Pascal. And at that time, you can see in the table that at 1 bar and 0 degree centigrade temperature, the ideal gas will have 22.7 liter. I'm talking about this. This is what I'm talking about. Same way, if you take the temperature or if you keep the temperature 0 degree centigrade, that is 273.15 Kelvin, and 1 atmospheric pressure, the ideal gas will have 22.4 liter of the volume. But if you increase the temperature to 298.15 Kelvin, which is known as the 25 degree centigrade temperature, and pressure, if it is kept 1 bar, then we have the volume of ideal gas that would be 24.789 liter. The last temperature that we have seen is also known as the STAP. What is the full form of STAP? Standard ambient temperature and pressure. This is what it is known as the STAP, standard ambient temperature and pressure. And this standard ambient temperature and pressure is the pressure of 1 bar and temperature of 298.15 Kelvin. And STAP, the volume of gas is 24.789 liter. Now, when we study the number of moles of gases, we can write that number of moles of gas is equal to mass by molar mass. So small m represents the mass of the gas, capital M represents the molar mass of the gas, and therefore from this equation we can write that the value of n. So according to the law v proportional to n, that means the volume of a gas is directly proportional to the amount of gas, or volume of gas is directly proportional to the number of moles of gas. So here, my dear students, we remove the proportionality and put a new constant called K4. So finally we write V is equal to K4N, and therefore V is equal to K4 into small m divided by capital M, and ultimately by from this equation we can easily write this equation that your your capital M is equal to K4 into small m divided by V. Now we are all aware that mass by volume is your density. So mass by volume is density, and that is why we can write M is equal to K4, M is equal to K4 into D, and then we can write mass is directly proportional, sorry, molar mass of the gas is directly proportional to the density of the gas, and from this equation we can understand that if the gas has a more or higher molar mass, then the density of gas is also going to be higher. So higher is the molar mass of the gas, more would be the density of that particular gas. Then, my dear students, we have studied about the ideal gas, a gas that follows the Boyle's law, Charles law, and Avogadro law strictly is called the ideal gas. Such gas is hypothetical. That means such gas does not exist, and practically such gas is not possible. Now, my dear students, we want to derive the ideal gas equation. To understand the ideal gas equation, my dear students, we take the help of the three important laws that we have studied. These three important laws are Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Avogadro's law. So from Boyle's law, V proportional to 1 by P. So we can we have written here V proportional to 1 by T. From Charles' law, V proportional to T. So you can see that we have written V proportional to T. We are just writing the same laws combinedly, and from Avogadro's law we know that V proportional to N. So from this we have written V proportional to N. So ultimately we can write V proportional to 1 by T, V proportional to N, V proportional to T, and ultimately we can write V proportional to NT by T. Now by removing this proportionality constant, we should write here equal to, and therefore we can write V is equal to R into NT by P. Here R is the proportionality constant for a while. But from this we can write that PV is equal to nRT. So this is the equation we have derived from this equation. This PV is equal to nRT is called the ideal gas equation. Now please remember this, that our R is equal to NT by PV. This R is equal to PV by NT. Here R is called gas constant. This R is called gas constant because the value of R is same for all gases. So as the value of R is same for all gases, it is called the gas constant, or it is universally applied for all gases, and that is why it is also called the universal gas constant. So this is how, my dear students, we study about the gas constant. Now from this equation, what is the equation? Equation is this, that R is equal to PV by NT. Using this equation, we can find out the value of R. So let us stop the revision here and start the calculation for finding the equation for the value of R. Value of R depends upon the unit in which pressure, volume and temperature are measured. We know at standard temperature and pressure, we know at standard temperature and pressure, my dear students, we know at standard temperature and pressure, that means at 1 bar, that is 10 to the power 5 Pascal pressure, and 273.5 Kelvin temperature, and volume of gas, or volume of 1 mole of gas is 22.71 liter. Or you can see that instead of liter, we can write meter cube by dividing it with 1000. So this is how, my dear students, we write it 22.71 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube, because 1 liter is equal to 1 upon 1000 meter cube, and that is why we write it this way, that 22.71 liter is equal to 22.71 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. Now let us put these all values into the equation. So for pressure we write 10 to the power 5 Pascal. For volume we write 22.71 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. For number of moles, we can write the number of moles are 1. So we can write 1 mole. And for temperature, we can write 273.15 Kelvin. By solving this numbers, or by simplifying, we can easily get that the value of R is 8.31 Pascal into meter cube per Kelvin per mole. Now, my dear students, we are already aware that 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. This 1 Newton per meter square is the force per unit area. So, and that is what it is known as the pressure. So, this is how, my dear students, we can understand about the Pascal. So, now moving to this, we can easily convert this unit. Let us try to convert this unit. So now we can write 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg into meter per second square. And that is for 1 Pascal is equal to 1 kg per meter square multiplied by meter by second square. So this is what we have written it from the previous equation. What was the previous equation? Previous equation was this: R is equal to 8.314 Pascal. So for Pascal, see, if you have a Pascal, Pascal is the unit of pressure. This pressure is nothing but your force divided by unit area. Your force is represented in Newton, which is actually kg into meter per second square, and this area is represented into meter square. So this is what I have written, that kg, this is how I have written this kg. You know this kg, this m, this meter square, this meter square, and this second square. So this is how, my dear students, I have written it. You can easily understand. So we can write R is equal to 8.314 kg into meter divided by meter square into second square multiplied by meter cube. This is volume, Kelvin, that is temperature, and mole, number of moles, that is moles inverse. So we can easily cancel out this meter square, this meter cube and meter square, that is nothing but your meter to the power 4 and meter square, which ultimately gives us the value of meter square. So here we have written this meter square. So now we have meter square here. This is how we get the meter square, and therefore the value of R is equal to 8.314 kg into meter per second square into meter. This meter square has been divided again into the meter into meter per Kelvin per mole. This kg into meter per second square is known as the force. Remember, kg into meter per second square is known as the force. This meter represents the distance. So what we simply understand is that this is force multiplied by distance. And so we know that force, we apply force to move one substance to a certain distance. That is what it is known as the work. So work is the force applied and object moved, and that is why we take the unit of work, which is joule. So here, my dear students, instead of all this, we simply write the unit which is known as the joule, and therefore the value of R is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Please remember, it is joule per Kelvin per mole. This is how, my dear students, we truly understand the calculation of R, and R has got the value of 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Now you can think that suppose we take 1 mole of gas So your N is going to be 1. Then you have volume V of a gas is 22.413 liter. The pressure is 1 atmospheric pressure, and that is, you can take any of this value for 1 atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure is 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal, or you can write 101.325 kilopascal, and your temperature is 273.15 Kelvin. So again you write the equation of R, that your R is equal to PV by NT. For pressure you write 1 atmosphere. For volume you write 22.413 liter. You have 1 mole of gas. The temperature is 273.15 Kelvin. And by solving this, you get the answer 0.082. The next unit, the new unit that we can write it from. See, this liter comes from the volume, the atmosphere comes from the pressure. These moles, as it is written into the from denominator, if it comes to the numerator, it comes as a per mole and per Kelvin. So R has got another value. R is equal to 0.082 liter atmosphere per mole per Kelvin. So this is how it goes, and you understand it. So this is how, my dear students, we derive the two different values for R. Can you tell me what are those two values of R that we have derived? बच्चों मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूं, आपको आंसर बताना होगा. What are those two values that we have derived for R? R is equal to 8. आप सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे? 314 जूल per mole per Kelvin, or the another value may be R is equal to 0.082, and then liter atmosphere per mole per Kelvin. Please remember these values because we are going to use these values frequently here and there. I hope you understand. आप सबको ये समझ में आ गया है बच्चों?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आए तो
Yes,
आप
sir.
पूछ सकते हैं, और else we can move to the next part. चलिए आगे चलें. Okay, let's move forward and understand. Let's study some of the reason. Now we have a question. Give reason. Ideal gas equation is called the equation of state 2. Ideal gas equation is also called the equation of state 2. Let us study why ideal gas equation is considered as an equation of state 2. Ideal gas equation is a relation between 4 variables, and it describes the state of only gas. Therefore, it also called equation of state. Remember once again, ideal gas equation is a relation between 4 variables. Which are those 4 variables, my dear students? Which are those 4 variables on which this ideal gas equation depends upon? They are pressure, volume, temperature, and number of moles. These are the 4 variables, and it describes the state of any gas. So we know that they are known as the state variables, and all these four, they explain the state of any gas that we have studied. From one state we have derived 8 various states. So these are the state variables which derives the state of any gas. Therefore, it is also called equation of state. Suppose you are asked this question, you can answer this question in this manner. Let's move forward. Write various forms of ideal gas. Write various forms of ideal gas equation and various names of ideal gas equation. So let's answer this question. If temperature, volume and pressure of a fixed amount of gas, that is the n mole of gas, varies from T1, P1, P1 to T2, V2 and P2, then we can write, my dear students, that ideal gas equation, which is PV is equal to nRT. But for P1, V1, T1, for P1, V1, T1, we can write P1, V1 is equal to nRT1. For P2, V2, T2, same way we can write P2, V2 is equal to nRT2. So we have these two equations, P1, V1, T1, P1 V1 is equal to nR T1, P2 V2 is equal to nR T2. So from P1 V1 T1, from P1 V1 nR T1, we can write P1 V1 divided by T1 is equal to nR. From P2 V2 nR T2, we can write P2 V2 T2 is equal to nR, and thus we can write P1 V1 T1 is equal to P2 V2 T2 because both these value of nR are same. And that is why we can write P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2 is equal to nR. And thus finally we can write P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. This is also an ideal equation itself. This is the another form of ideal gas equation. So equation P1 V1 T1 is equal to P2 V2 T2 is even a form of ideal gas equation, and this equation is also known as the combined gas law. Please remember, this equation is also known as the combined gas law. Various names for PV is equal to nRT and P1 V1 T1 upon P2 V2 T2. These both are the ideal gas equations. And the various names for ideal gas equation, number one, we can call it ideal gas equation. We can also call it equation of state. We can also call it combined gas law. So this is how, my dear students, we truly understand the various names and various forms of ideal gas equation. Now we are going to solve one problem. So let me read the question for you. At 25 degrees centigrade and 760 mm of Hg pressure, a gas occupies 600 ml volume. What will be its pressure at a height where temperature is 10 degrees centigrade and volume of the gas is 640 ml? So this is the question for you, my dear students. To understand this question well, let us note down the given data. So we are going to solve this problem. For the solution of the problem, we first analyze the data. So this is the data that we have. P1 is equal to 760 mm of Hg, which is 760 cm of Hg. V1 is 600 ml, that is the initial volume. T1 is equal to 25 degrees centigrade, that is 298 Kelvin. By adding 273 to it, then we have the final conditions. These are the initial conditions. So initially we have P1, V1, T1. Finally we have P2, V2, T2. But P2 is not given, so we need to find out volume. The next final volume is 640 ml, and the final temperature is 10 degrees centigrade. That is 283 Kelvin. So using the combined gas law, we can write P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2, and therefore P2 is equal to P1 V1 T1 divided by V2. And using this equation, we can write for P1 we put the value 760 mm of Hg. For V1 we write 600 ml. For T2 we write 283 Kelvin. For T1 we write 640 ml, and for V2 we sorry, I made a mistake. For T1 we have written 298 Kelvin, and for V1 we have written 640 ml. And by solving this problem, we find out 676.6 mm Hg. So that is what it is, the final pressure. Or we can even write P2 for it. So this is how, my dear students, any question if it is given to you, you can solve it using the ideal gas equation or the combined law, my dear students. My dear students, if you cannot understand anything, you can ask me. बच्चों अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आए तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं अभी. Okay. So let's move to the next topic. The next topic for our discussion is the density and the molar mass of a gaseous substance. Ideal gas equation, your PV is equal to nRT. So we can take this V this side and we simply write it P is equal to N by V RT. But so from this equation we can write N by V is equal to P divided by RT. Here N is equal to number of moles, that is given mass divided by molar mass, that is small m divided by capital M. So instead of N, we can write small m divided by capital M. This V remains the same, is equal to P upon RT. The same equation which is given here, my dear students, the same equation I write it. This M is written as 1 upon M. This is your M by V. Then you have P divided by RT. M by V is nothing but your mass divided by volume. That is what it is known as the density. And for this density, we can put the symbol of D. So you can see that for this M by V, we are going to put a new term which is known as the density D. Let us put this term and write the equation again. Let's have a look to it. You can see that, see 1 by M into D, this D is nothing but your mass by volume. 1 by M into D is equal to P divided by RT, and that is why D by M is equal to P divided by RT. If you take RT this side, you can say B RT by P is equal to